As we have discussed before, the perfect fifth is the first interval to unfold in the Fibonacci series of frequencies. For this reason, it is the most stable interval in music. The motion of a 5 chord, the dominant, to the tonic chord, the 1, is the perfect cadence. A cadence is a sequence of notes or chords comprising the close of a musical phrase. Below we see the perfect cadence for the key of C major. We can increase the resolution by using the dominant 7th chord for the 5 chord, giving more tension, as seen here. The perfect cadence is the most stable way to return to the tonic chord in music. Now we can look at progressions and find stable ways of departing and returning to our tonic chord. A progression is a passage or movement from one note or chord to another. Now that we understand the most stable way to return to the tonic chord, let's consider the most stable destination when leaving the tonic chord. We will use the motion of a fifth to leave our tonic chord of C major. The motion of a 5 is when we go from the tonic note in a key to a note 5 degrees before or after the tonic. Below we have the C major scale in 2 octaves. We can move from the center C up 5 degrees to the 5th, the dominant, or down 5 degrees to the 4th, the subdominant, as seen here. This is one of the most fundamental progressions in music. This progression is the foundation of blues and pop music and is possibly one of the most used. Here we see the 1, 4, 5, 1 in different keys. Using the relationship of the relative minor chord, we can embellish this progression. Starting with the 1, 4, 5 progression, the 4 chord is F. Taking the relative minor of F, D minor, this gives us a substitution for the 4 chord, which would be the D minor, the 2 chord, or the supertonic. We can exchange the D minor, the supertonic chord, for the subdominant F major chord. In doing this, we create the motion of a fifth from D minor to G7, the dominant chord, and continue the motion of a fifth from the G7 to the C major, the tonic chord, as seen here. This gives us the 2, 5, 1 progression. This is arguably one of the most used progressions in jazz music. These progressions become the building blocks of a wide variety of styles of music. We can embellish these, adding the relative minor chord of the tonic chord to each, and see the following. The relative minor of C major, the tonic chord, is A minor, the submediant. There are thousands of songs using these 4 progressions. With this understanding of the motion of a fifth and the stable progressions it delivers, we are on our way to analyzing more complicated progressions with a grounded sense of why they are appealing to the ear. To find an easy tool to see the motion of a fifth, we can use the circle of fourths as seen here. Moving counterclockwise starting on C, the next note is F. Looking at our scale chart, we see that C is the fifth of F, which is the motion of a fifth, the 5 moving to its 1. Moving counterclockwise from F, the next note is B flat. Looking at our scale chart, we see that F is the fifth of B flat, which is the motion of a fifth. This counterclockwise motion works for any note. Moving counterclockwise starting on D, the next note is G. Looking at our scale chart, we see that D is the fifth of G, which is the motion of a fifth, the 5 moving to its 1. Using the circle of fourths and fifths, we can move from the tonic chord to the left, the motion of a fifth away, and return from its right, the motion of a fifth returning. This motion away and returning creates the 1, 4, 5, 1 progression, as we see in our example of C major. We can do this for any key on our key wheel. Starting on E, counterclockwise gives us E to A. Returning to E, counterclockwise gives us B to E. This gives us the 1, 4, 5 progression in E major, as seen here. This gives us an understanding of stable progressions to begin our musical journey.